This is your news report and second stimulus check update. Business Insider reports that many stimulus programs are due to expire at the end of 2020, therefore threatening the US economy during the pandemic's most challenging phase. Newsweek reports that a recent poll shows that most Americans want unemployment extension and a stimulus boost. Meanwhile, Forbes reports that Goldman Sachs expects a $700 billion stimulus package because of delays in Congress. So with all of this breaking news, when exactly will we get our second stimulus check? To find out, be sure to stay until the end of the video. And also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes if you think that Congress should pass a second stimulus check before Christmas. Now first I want to play a clip from Representative Josh Harder. On the Senate floor, he has advocated for a second stimulus check and unemployment benefits. Let's hear what the congressman has to say.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to ask, what the hell is happening in Washington? I'm not one to spend my time throwing bombs on this floor, but during this single minute, another American will die from COVID. And even more people are slipping into poverty because this town can't get its act together. I've had enough. Millions of people can't get to work. They can't put food on the table. They're missing rent or mortgage payments. Since we passed the CARES Act, which was a strong step forward, the best this town can do is finger pointing. It's disgusting. Everyone believes we're incapable of doing our jobs. And right now, we're proving them right. The reality is there's plenty of blame to go around. But Americans need another stimulus check. They needed it months ago. We need expanded unemployment back, especially now that cases are exploding at a higher rate than at any other point during this pandemic. It's time to grow up. It's time to do what we're paid for. It's time to do our jobs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
Finally, a congressman over in Washington sees that a second stimulus check is needed. Now tell me in the comments below, do you agree with the message of Representative Josh Harder? He has called out Congress and told them to grow up and pass more stimulus. It's a message that I agree with. And according to Business Insider, a number of critical COVID economic relief programs will expire at the end of the year. This will threaten the stability of the US economy as the country enters an uncertain 2021. Now, the expiration of these economic relief programs could force millions off of unemployment insurance and push many small businesses to permanently close, and raise the specter of mass evictions. In March, during the early days of the coronavirus, the $2 trillion CARES Act easily passed both houses of Congress with bipartisan support. It provided us with a lifeline to recent laid-off employees and businesses that were forced to close due to COVID. But now, more than 8 months later, Congress has not passed a second stimulus bill. They have not given Americans a much-needed second stimulus check. Instead, like Representative Josh Harder said, our politicians in Congress are playing the blame game and not getting the actual work done. Now, the Democrats in the U.S. House of Representatives passed the HEROES Act, which was a $3 trillion stimulus bill, but it was denied by the Senate. While Democratic House Speaker Nancy Pelosi championed the bill, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell deemed it as too expensive. Stimulus gridlock has largely ensued ever since, with Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin working with Pelosi and McConnell for months with little to no progress. Everybody tell me in the comments down below, who is to blame? Is it Mitch McConnell or is it Speaker Pelosi? Business Insider goes on to say that Pelosi wants a $2.2 trillion stimulus package, while Mitch McConnell has sought a $500 billion plan. But the leaders have not hashed out a compromise, nor have their staffs worked together to forge any consensus on a potential bill. It is sad to say, but our politicians are playing the blame game. Pelosi continues to put all of the blame on Mitch McConnell and the Republicans for pushing for a skinnier, more targeted stimulus bill, while Mitch McConnell and the Republicans say that Speaker Pelosi's $2.2 trillion bill is unnecessary and unrealistic. My message to our American government is simple. Get your act together and pass the stimulus. Hardworking Americans need help, and hardworking Americans are out of work. The least they can do to help America is to pass a second stimulus check. If you agree with my message, then leave a comment down below saying I agree. Now, on November 19th, Steve Mnuchin expressed his desire to have $580 billion in unspent stimulus funds redirected to small businesses and to extend unemployment benefits. But it is unclear if this will occur, as it requires congressional approval. Steve Mnuchin told reporters last week, "We need this money to go help small businesses that are still closed or hurt, no fault of their own, or people who are going to be on unemployment that's going to be running out." And with President Trump refusing to approve and coordinate transition efforts with President-elect Joe Biden, only leaves a bigger problem for Americans. And we're in the middle of the lame duck session. Our politicians in Congress, the Republicans and the Democrats, are not doing what it takes to pass more stimulus. Business Insider reports that this is a huge and potential dire situation for the economy. And according to Business Insider, on December 31st, the Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, or PEUC, will expire. This economic relief program extended traditional unemployment benefits from the standard 26 weeks to 39 weeks. Self-employed and gig economy workers can collect state unemployment benefits through December 31st, but it's going to expire under the CARES Act. But it is set to expire under the CARES Act. According to a study by the Century Foundation, roughly 12 million people will lose their unemployment benefits on December 26th, the day after Christmas, if no congressional action is taken to forge a compromise stimulus bill. And on eviction moratoriums, with extended unemployment benefits on the line and millions looking for new jobs, many have fallen behind on rent and mortgage payments. Business Insider goes on to say that by the end of the year, this could set off a wave of new evictions and homelessness, all during what could be some of the most difficult days of the pandemic. And for state and local government aid, municipal governments have struggled under the weight of economic losses, from leaner tax receipts to fewer riders on public transportation. According to the New York Times, the New York City subway may even have to reduce its service by 40% if it does not receive some form of federal aid, with deep budget holes brought on by the massive ridership decline since March. The pandemic has deeply impacted funding for first responders, teachers, firemen, and police officers, which are the very people who have been on the front lines. Now folks, this has gone on for long enough. Like I said, it has been 8 months since the last stimulus bill was approved and sent out. A stimulus bill is long overdue, and everyone should agree to pass more stimulus in this very moment. If you agree with me, then give this video a like and comment down below saying, "I agree." With that being said, everybody, that is all the news in regards to our second stimulus check and unemployment benefits. Remember, my message to our American government is to pass the stimulus. It is long overdue and Americans need help in this very moment. Stop the nonsense and stop the political games. Now before you go, be sure to subscribe to my channel, click the notifications bell so you never miss all of the newest and most up-to-date, reliable stimulus check videos, and let's get this video to 1,000 likes if you think that Congress should pass a second stimulus check. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day.